The first tip is to focus your breathing. When a panic attack strikes, it can feel like you're trapped inside your own body. Heart pounding, chest tightening, vision blurring, thoughts racing out of control. It's terrifying, disorienting, and for many, it feels like drowning in invisible waves. But in that storm, your breath becomes your anchor. It's important to understand how powerful breathing is, not just as a survival function, but as a tool to reclaim calm in the chaos. Panic will send your nervous system into overdrive, triggering shallow, rapid breaths that feed on fear. That's why focusing your breathing is the first and most critical step in dealing with a panic attack once it's triggered. One effective method is the 4-7-8 technique. Start by inhaling deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it for 7 seconds, and then exhale through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat this cycle as many times as necessary. As you breathe with intention, your heart rate will begin to slow. Your muscles will start to relax. Your brain will receive the message that you're safe, and the panic will slowly loosen its grip on you as calm will take its place. It's not magic, it's science, and it works. Even if your mind is spiraling, this simple act of controlled breathing grounds you, reminds you that you're still in control, and gives you a fighting chance to step out of the fear and back into the present moment. The second tip is to ground yourself with the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. When your mind is in overdrive and panic hijacks your sense of reality, one of the most powerful ways to pull yourself out of the spiral is to ground yourself in the present moment. And that's exactly what this technique is designed to do. This method works by activating your five senses to shift your focus away from the chaos in your head and back into your body and surroundings. Here's how it works. First, name 5 things you can see. Really take a moment to observe your environment, whether it's the light coming in through the window, a spot on the wall, or the texture of your clothes. Then name 4 things you can touch. Feel the chair beneath you, the coolness of your water bottle, or the floor beneath your feet. Next, identify 3 things you can hear. It might be the hum of a fan, a car outside, or the sound of your own breath. After that, name 2 things you can smell. Maybe it's your shampoo, a cup of coffee, or even the air itself. And finally, acknowledge 1 thing you can taste: a mint, a piece of gum, or a bowl of soup. This sensory countdown isn't just a distraction technique, it's a powerful tool rooted in mindfulness and cognitive behavioral therapy. It helps slow your racing thoughts, lower your anxiety levels, and bring your awareness back to what's real and controllable. With practice, it becomes a trusted ritual, a way to remind yourself that the panic is temporary, but your ability to manage it is real and powerful. Grounding doesn't erase the anxiety, but it puts your feet back on the ground when it feels like you're floating away. The third tip is to repeat a calming affirmation. When a panic attack hits, it can feel like the world is caving in around you, like you're drowning in a flood of fear with no solid ground in sight. Your heart races, your thoughts spiral, and your body feels hijacked by something you can't explain. In moments like these, repeating a calming affirmation can be one of the most powerful tools that anchor you. It might sound too simple, just saying a few words to feel better. But this is more than just positive thinking. It's neurological redirection. When you repeat a calming phrase like, I am safe, this will pass, or I have survived this before, you're actively sending signals to your brain that counteract the false alarm being triggered by your nervous system. Panic thrives on uncertainty, fear, and spiraling thoughts. But affirmations work like emotional CPR. They bring you back to the moment, disrupt the feedback loop of anxiety, and remind you that you're not powerless. The science backs it up. Speaking or even mentally repeating calming, self affirming statements activates areas of the brain involved in self control, emotional regulation, and problem solving. You are quite literally giving your mind a lifeline. But here's the key, don't just throw affirmations out like band aids. Find one or two that truly resonate with you. They need to feel like they come from a deeper place, a version of you that's calm, grounded, and whole. Practice them when you're not panicking, so your brain learns to associate them with safety and peace. Then, in moments of crisis, they'll feel like a rope guiding you out of the darkness. You might still feel the fear in your chest or the shakiness in your hands, but the affirmation becomes your resistance, your steady breath, your reminder that even when everything feels like it's falling apart, you are still here, still fighting, and more in control than your anxiety wants you to believe. The fourth tip is to remove triggers and find a quiet space. When panic sets in, your environment can either fuel the storm or help calm it. Removing triggers and finding a quiet space isn't just about physically stepping away. It's about reclaiming your control in a moment where your mind feels like it's spiraling out of reach. Panic attacks are like wildfires, and sometimes all it takes is one spark. A crowded room, a loud noise, a confrontational conversation, even the glow of a screen to ignite a full blown mental inferno. The key is to recognize those sparks early. Maybe it's the overstimulation of too many voices, a certain smell, or a memory laced in the setting you're in. Whatever it is, you owe it to yourself to step away, not out of weakness, but out of strength. Because choosing peace when chaos is screaming at you is one of the boldest things you can do. Find somewhere quiet, a bathroom, a stairwell, a car, a corner of a room where you can just breathe. Silence might not fix everything, but it can give your nervous system the space it needs to slow down. Without the constant flood of stimulation, your brain has a chance to recalibrate, to focus inward instead of reacting to everything outward. The world demands so much of us every second, but when you're in the middle of a panic attack, you don't owe the world anything. You owe yourself a moment. That moment of quiet becomes your reset button, your safe haven. If you can't find silence, create it. Put on noise canceling headphones, turn off notifications, dim the lights, shut the door. This is not avoidance. This is strategy. You are not running from life. You are choosing to meet it again, steady and grounded, once the storm inside you passes, because it will pass. And when it does, you'll come back stronger, more aware, more resilient, and more capable of recognizing your limits without shame. The fifth tip is to not fight the panic attack, but instead flow with it. When a panic attack hits, your first instinct is to fight it, to push it down, to pretend it's not happening, to resist every racing thought and physical sensation like you're at war with your own body. But here's the heartbreaking truth, the more you fight it, the more power you give it. Panic thrives on resistance. It feeds off fear, off the desperate urge to make it stop. But what if, instead of fighting, you just let it flow? What if you stopped seeing the panic as your enemy and started seeing it as a wave, one that's crashing through you, but will eventually roll back out? It sounds counterintuitive, but acceptance is the secret weapon. Not because you want to feel this way, but because acknowledging what's happening takes away its ability to control you. Say to yourself, I'm having a panic attack. I am safe. I've felt this before. It will pass. These words may not silence the panic, but they will anchor you. They remind your brain that the world isn't ending, it just feels like it is. And feelings, even the terrifying ones, are not permanent. by flowing with it, by breathing through it, by surrendering control just long enough to survive the moment, you regain your strength piece by piece. Imagine you're caught in a rip current. If you thrash, you tire and sink. But if you float, if you let it carry you for a moment, you conserve energy, you survive. Flowing with the panic will keep you afloat. It's your lifeline. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. It's trusting that your body knows how to come down, that your nervous system knows how to reset, that you don't have to fix everything at that very moment. You only have to ride it out. And when that wave finally breaks and you come up for air, you'll feel something stronger than just relief. You'll feel pride because you didn't let the fear drown you. You flowed through it. You made it. And next time, you'll remember just how powerful you really are. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You're not alone on this journey. Here at Beyond Average Success, you'll find community, support, and inspiration as you pursue your goals. Remember, success is not a destination. It's a way of life. So keep learning, keep growing, keep believing in yourself, and you will certainly achieve beyond average success.